now come to the technical way that they mark in the trade the seam allowance lines and the start marks and the bust point marks on your pattern. And in the trade they use something called notches, which look like this, and they just cut a very precise little tiny nick into the edge of the paper like that. So all of the seam allowances should be marked in this fashion all the way around each piece. And as I've just said, the start of your darts. Again, this is adding instructions which a sample machinist or a designer can follow, and it'll tell them just by looking what a seam allowance is. So again at the waist, if the notch doesn't quite cut it through, then just pick it out. And to the base of the dart. Now this section of pattern is the centre front fold. You don't notch here because you're cutting it on a fold when you cut it out, and likewise you wouldn't notch there either, because if you do and then you use the scissors on it, you're going to have a hole in the middle of your neckline where you don't want one. For marking the point of the dart, just pinch the paper in half and do a very tiny nip, because you're doing it on the double, so it's going to come out larger. So you've pinched out the paper of the waist dart to the point, exactly the same thing again. You just nick out the point of the dart, and in fact you can see that I've done a classic error and not come up far enough. So, and again, this happens when you're producing a pattern. I'm just going to put a piece of sellotape over that to secure it and refold it, partly because I've written across it and misaligned the end of the point. It should be here, so it's there, slightly higher. It's that point, which is the point of the end point of the dart. So on the front piece pattern, using the notches, I've applied them at the neck edge, sorry, the shoulder edge here, the neck edge down, either side of the shoulder dart, at the end here, missed one there, it's always worth checking, and then all the way checking round on the side seam down through here. This notch that I've put in here is going to form a balance mark that lines up with the corresponding mark on the back pattern, which is this one. Following on down from this balance mark, it's straight back down to the waistline, and you've got a nip in there, a notch or nip, another one there, through to the waist dart, both sides, and out the centre front. You then do exactly the same for the back.